This time on James's hobby desk, the Demolitionist from Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. On the desk today I have the last of the character figures from Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, and possibly my favourite from the set, the Demolitionist. As with the other figures in this set, I've started by cleaning up any obvious mould lines using a sharp hobby knife. I then primed the figure first with Mechanica Standard Grey and then with a zenithal highlight of Corax White just to emphasise the areas of detail and highlight. The first colour I'm going to use is Retributor armour from Citadel. I'm going to use this to pick out the gauntlets, the chest plate and the rocket boots on the Demolitionist, as well as smaller details such as the belt buckle. As usual, I've thinned my paint slightly with water using my dry palette because this is a metallic, and because it's a base coat I'm not too worried if I go over any of the lines slightly as I'm applying it here, just trying to get a good even coverage, which may well use 2 or more thin coats in some places. Next I'm going to paint the skin areas using Rakath Flesh from Citadel. On this model that is just the face and the bare areas of the arms. As usual, the paint has been thinned slightly and applying, if necessary, in multiple thin coats. I'm using Citadel's Mephiston Red now and applying that to the headscarf and also to the left shoulder pad. Next up I'm using Averland Sunset from Citadel and using this for the right shoulder pad, and I'll be coming back to this for a couple of little details later as well. I'm base coating the trousers in Xereus Purple from Citadel, which is a lovely sort of bright vibrant purple shade. Now I'm just coming back with Averland Sunset and picking out the sash on the left leg. Now I'm using Stormy Blue from Vallejo's Game Colour range, and with this I'm picking out the sash on the right leg and also the pouch or potion bottle on the left hip. The next bottle along I'm doing in Warpstone Green from Citadel. Now I'm picking out the, I think it's hair here, using Doombull Brown. Bit of Khorne Red from Citadel for a little, I don't know, maybe a grenade or something on the belt, and Averland Sunset for the ones between that and the green bottle, and just filling in a little bit here on the inside of the belt, Averland Sunset as well. Warpstone Green again for the 2 gems on the top of the gauntlets, and left shoulder pad little heart picked out, just at this scale, 2 lines of Khorne Red, and a little bit of Averland Sunset on the other in a sort of diamond shape. I'm going back to Stormy Blue at this point and putting some patterning on the trousers. Just using the shape of the brush basically to get a rough diamond shape, so it's quite simple and easy to do, and the blue covers the purple nicely. I'm now going to use Reikland Fleshshade from Citadel and apply that to all the areas of skin and also the areas of gold armour. I find that Reikland Fleshshade is a really nice shade tone to use over gold. It just has a slight reddish brownness that really brings out the richness of the colour. I'm now using Warpstone Red from Citadel and just putting a few little highlights on the areas of the headscarf. Just is sort of helping to soften it a little bit and distinguish it from the hard armour of the shoulder pad. I've now gone back to the Stormy Blue and I'm just doing a crossbone style insignia on the chest plate as seen in the artwork. I'm now going to use White Scar from Citadel and go over the entirety of the base and the blast exhaust, and I'm going to use a couple of layers of thinned paint here to get an even and bright finish. Here I'm just using Khorne Red to pick out the ear guards and the strap connecting them, just to contrast slightly from the headscarf's red. For the exhaust from the Demolitionist's jet boots, I'm using a trio of fluorescent colours from Vallejo model colour: fluorescent yellow, orange and magenta. The trick with flames is that the brightest areas are the hottest areas, and the hottest area is the core, and it gets darker as it goes out. So having got the bright white undercoat here, I start by applying fluorescent yellow as evenly as possible, pretty much covering the entirety of the white. I then start going over with fluorescent orange, covering more or less all of the sort of blast cloud and leaving the jets coming directly off the boots themselves close to pure yellow, and then start mixing magenta into the orange to give a more reddish tone, and use that to pick out some of the outer areas of the blast cloud and darken those up slightly. As with the other characters from the game, I'm going to paint the base colour to match the token colour. For the Demolitionist, this is a nice warm orange, so I'm going with Jokaero orange as my base colour here. While I wait for that to dry, I decide to come back in and pick out the eyes with a 000 brush and a little bit of Mephiston Red. I then use Trollslayer orange from Citadel to apply a roughly circular highlight on the base, slightly off centre. As a finishing touch, I paint the rim of the base matte black, just to make a nice clear separation between the figure and the board. With the Demolitionist complete, all 4 characters from Jaws of the Lion are now painted. There are, however, 4 mystery boxes to be opened in the Jaws of the Lion campaign, so I could open those and paint those if people are interested and don't mind the spoilers, or at some point I can go back to the Gloomhaven core set and paint some of the characters from there. I have some ideas for other things in the meantime, but let me know, and I hope that you enjoy watching. See you soon. Thank you for watching this episode of James's Hobby Desk. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. If so, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content coming soon. Thanks again.